You shut the hell up and let your Players Association speak. You shut the hell up!
So as you guys just saw by the intro, Stephen A. Smith and 50% of the baseball community are not happy with Blake Snell and Bryce Harper. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and show the Blake Snell clip. We're going to talk about Bryce Harper defending Blake Snell. And then we're going to show the full slew of videos from Stephen A. Smith and the rest of ESPN and kind of just the baseball world's reaction to what Snell and Harper had to say. Now make sure you guys subscribe because we talk about baseball every single day. We are on the road to 200,000 subs, so today is the perfect day to become a member of the channel. And also, if you want to slap a like, just please, it helps the video. I don't know, something about the YouTube algorithm, so if you slap a like on this video, I would greatly appreciate it. But I want to give you guys the context before I show you the clip from Snell, Harper, and everyone else included is the original deal in place. So we're not talking about the ones that the owners just agreed upon and sent to the CBA. That one includes a 50-50 revenue split. I'm talking about what the owners agreed upon a few weeks ago, maybe it was a few months ago, but this is the exact deal. Okay, so the original deal was that the players would go to their teams, they would report, and they would be paid on a prorated salary. So they would get paid the same amount, but based on how many games they played. So they would not get a full contract, it would be prorated. And the owners knew that if that was going to happen, if baseball was going to resume, fans might not be in the stadium, because I'm getting a lot of tweets on Twitter saying that the owners, they're in the right, because when they agreed upon it, they were told that fans were going to be in the stadium. So now that there's not going to be fans, they deserve a cut. The 50-50 is justified. But I'm here to debunk that right now. The owners knew full well, I don't know who is putting out this, that the owners didn't know. Ken Rosenthal and The Athletic fully debunked this. As I'm reading right now, I'm going to put it up on the screen. It says, a union source disagreed with the league's characterization, saying the language regarding players receiving prorated salaries in the event of a partial season did not distinguish between games with or without fans. So they were going to get paid a prorated salary if there were fans in the stadium or if it was completely empty. So please do not go with that mindset that, oh, the owner should get some money because they were told fans were going to be in there and now there's not going to be fans, so they're losing a lot of money. That is false. Do not feel bad for the billionaires. Now we have to move on to what the players have said, because I gave you guys the full context. The original deal was in place, and now the owners are backtracking because they're realizing that they are going to lose a ton of money if fans are not in and if they're not getting gate revenue. So I understand. I mean, I would consider this channel as a business, so I'm not really a business owner, but if I was losing a ton of money every time I posted a video, I would reconsider what I'm doing and maybe want a little bit more from YouTube. So I understand what the owner's mindset is, but it doesn't make sense because they already agreed upon something and now they're trying to backtrack and take 50%, and then the players are also going to get prorated on that 50%, and then they're going to take taxes out. So the players, they might have an 80% loss if they play 2020 baseball. So that is the full context. Owners knew that there might not be fans, and now they're trying to backtrack. But Blake Snell and Bryce Harper, also Nolan Arenado, came out and spoke up for, like, he didn't really have an opinion, but he said good job to Harper and Blake Snell for having an opinion and being outspoken. But this is what Blake Snell had to say. So let me know in the poll right now on the screen. Are you on the side of Blake Snell or Stephen A. Smith, who will play right after?
If I'm going to play, I should be getting the money I signed to be getting paid. I should not be getting half of what I'm getting paid because the season's cut in half, on top of a 33% cut of the half that's already there. So I'm really getting like 25%. On top of that, it's getting taxed. So imagine how much I'm actually making to play. You know what I'm saying? If I get the Rona, on top of that, if I get the Rona, guess what happens with that? Oh yeah, that's in my body forever. That damage is not going to be like, the damage that was done to my body, that's going to be there forever. Y'all got to understand, man, for me to take a pay cut is not happening because the risk is through the roof. It's a shorter season, less pay. Like, bro, yeah, man, I gotta get my money. I'm not playing unless I get mine, okay? And that's just the way it is for me. Like, I'm sorry if you guys think differently, but the risk is way the hell higher and the amount of money I make is way lower. Why would I think about doing that? Hey, man, it just doesn't make sense for me to lose all of that money and then go play and then be on lockdown, not around my family, not around the people I love, and get paid way the hell less, and then the risk of injury runs every time I step on the field. So It's not worth it. It's not. I love baseball to death. It's just not worth it.
Yo, I love Snell. That's my guy, bro.
I love. He said if someone gets it, they got to live with that for the rest of their lives.
He ain't lying. He's right.
He's like, he's like, give me my money or I'm not playing.
Hey, bro, he's speaking the truth, bro. I ain't mad at him. Somebody's got to say it. At least he manned up and said it.
Remember, there's a CBA in 2020 to deal with. I mean, what are you doing? You shut the hell up and let your Players Association speak. You can't tell people at a time when 33 million people plus are on unemployment at this time. You can't sit up there, oh, I got to get mine. I can't accept half of 7 million. Shut up!
Because he seems so offensively unplugged from what is going on in the world. And you know, this notion of it's risky. Well, dude, if it's risky, if you mean you care about the risk, you'll come out and say, I'm not playing at all.
Is that when you tie money and health together, it just flies in the face of logic. You're telling me that you don't want to go out there and die for X amount of dollars, but for Y amount of dollars, hey, I'll go and run the risk of getting killed.
So there you guys just saw Blake Snell and Bryce Harper. They are on the side of, I am a baseball player. I signed the dotted line. I should get what you guys promised me. It's a full legit contract. It's not like, oh, this can happen or this can happen. They were promised by the owners that they were going to get paid a specific rate, and then that was backed up by the first agreement that they would get paid a prorated salary. Then the only reason why Blake Snell and Bryce Harper are coming out right now is because they've backtracked. We're talking about the owners. So instead of a prorated salary, they want a 50-50 split, and a lot of people are saying that deems as a salary cap. And if you know baseball, there's never going to be a salary cap. They don't want it. It's not part of the game. And now Blake Snell, he stood up for himself. Bryce Harper, he stood up for himself. Now, the one thing I do want to say, I do have to give you guys some credit. There are 33 million Americans unemployed right now. So it does come across as tone deaf for these guys that are going to get paid millions of dollars regardless, even if they're only going to play 82 games. I get that. Don't think I'm trying to justify them being a little bit, do I say pouty? I don't know if it's pouty. I don't know what the correct word is, but I'm trying to see both sides. I'm trying to see it from the owner's perspective, where they're not going to have fans, so the players should feel obligated to give more of their money back just because it's fair. And then I can also see what Snell is saying, that I signed the dotted line. You're a business owner. You signed up for all of the risk that comes with owning a business. No one expected the corona to happen, so I do feel bad for them. But, I mean, I just don't know what to take from all of this, because Blake Snell has a point, the owners have a point, but the only reason why I'm more on the players' side is because the owners are backtracking. They lied. They said that they were going to give prorated salaries, and that was it. And then they say, oh, we didn't know that fans were going to be in it. Yes, they knew that fans had a good possibility of being in or out, so don't give them that. Stephen A. Smith is pretty much telling the players to shut the heck up, and I don't agree with that statement, because he tells LeBron James that you don't shut up and dribble, because back in the day, a Fox News reporter told LeBron and Dwayne Wade and a bunch of guys to shut up and dribble because they didn't know about politics. Now, I'm not trying to compare the two. This is about players and being greedy in a lot of people's opinion, and that was about social injustices. I understand that it's apples to oranges, but my reasoning as to why Stephen A. Smith is wrong here is because Blake Snell is not an ambassador. He's not going to project himself in a way that is going to change the proposal forever. Same with Bryce Harper. They're big faces, they're big names in baseball, but them coming out and being outspoken is not going to change the CBA agreement. It's going to have a negotiation. If anything, this furthers the conversation of we want this, they want that. Let's try and find some middle ground. I do think that baseball is going to come back, but this situation really just makes it seem more toxic than what it is. It's really simple. The players want a prorated salary, which what they agreed to that. They just want their money. That's all that they want. And then the other side is saying, well, they're not getting gate revenue, so it's not really fair to expect a full revenue stream because they don't have as much money to give. That's what Stephen A. Smith is saying. Stephen A. Smith is saying, shut the heck up. Your opinion pretty much means nothing because the CBA is going to take care of this. They are holding the reins, and that's it. That's the full drama surrounding the baseball community in a nutshell. Nolan Arenado supported Bryce Harper. Trevor Bauer supported both of them. Adam Jones, who now plays in Japan, he was in support as well. He's saying go get your money. So I want you guys to please let me know in the comment section down below. Now that I've presented the case for the owners where they're not making gate revenue, so they want to have more of the more pieces of the pie from the players themselves. Also, I should say that on that side as well, maybe you guys aren't on the sides of the owners, or more or less you're on the sides of the American public where you're saying, hey, baseball players, you're still going to get paid millions of dollars. What you're saying might make sense, but it's not politically correct. Maybe it is tone deaf because I'm unemployed, I'm not making anything, and you're griping over a few $1,000,000. I get that, I understand, that's still a lot of money, but you have to understand that not every Major League Baseball player is getting paid millions of dollars. So if you take 80% away from the guy making league minimum, let's say that he has a big house, he bought a nice car because he was expecting to make $500,000. That's the guy that is going to get screwed, as well as JT Realmuto. I talked about that. Anyone that is a free agent in 2021, you are risking your health and possibly millions of dollars going forward to take 80% less to play 50% less. I don't understand. You get 20% of your income to play half as much. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. In my opinion, I think what they should do is the owners should say, okay, we're going to stick with the original agreement and we're going to go ahead and give you a prorated salary and move on. Move on. I can pretty much promise you guys that gradually fans will start to be allowed into ballparks. Maybe not every single park, because California just extended their stay-home period to three more months. So we know the Dodgers and the Angels and the A's, they're not going to have fans in their stadium for quite some time, which could be the entire Major League Baseball season. So there's a line in the sand, and pretty much people are on one side or the other. My opinion does tend to favor the players just because there was already an agreement in place, and now they're getting backlash, and the players are the bad guys because they were lied to and they were led astray. In Stephen A. Smith's words, this is blasphemy. This is like the unmitigated gaw of the owners to go back on their word. So I don't get it. I'm confused. I think that you guys are confused as well. Blake Snell is fired up. Bryce Harper's fired up. A lot of people are fired up right now, including the media. The American public are saying, stop griping because you're still getting paid millions of dollars. So again, there's a huge, huge divide right now, and I want you guys to let me know, whose side are you on? So do not forget to let me know in the poll. I think it's up on this side of the screen. And what a wild time. It's crazy because I'm wearing this shirt, let the kids play, and the kids might not be able to play. And maybe this catchphrase was the wrong thing to promote, because maybe baseball players aren't taken serious because they're referred to as kids. I don't know. Maybe that's what the media sees them as people who, as spoiled brat kids who play video games and Twitch stream all day long, and they're not going to play because they think it's not worth it, even though they're going to get a few $1,000,000. But again, only a handful of guys are going to get that million. A lot of guys are on league minimum, and yeah. So I told you guys everything that there is to this story, the full context, the original agreement, the new proposal that they would have to get a prorated salary plus split 50-50, and then that remaining income is taxed by the government. A lot of guys could lose 80+ of their 80+% of their income. So yeah, very draining, very mentally exhausting. I wish that this wasn't happening. I want baseball back because this is just, it's mind-numbing. It's not fair to anyone involved. I mean, the owners, they agreed to something, but yes, they're going to lose upwards of billions collectively. So you got to understand their perspective as well. They're trying to get their money. Because Trevor Bauer even said this, a lot of the owners own restaurants and pubs and bars around the stadiums as well. So not only are they making gate revenue, but they're also making revenue at those restaurants. So they own a lot of properties that they're not making money, and then their stadium's not making money. So I don't know, guys. It's very, very weird. I understand what Blake Snell is saying. I understand what Bryce Harper is doing by having his back. Just a very weird situation. Yeah, there's the story, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like on this one, subscribe, because again, we're trying to get to 200K, and I'll catch you guys in the next one of hopefully some more positive news. Peace out.